Did you know that the United States is home to its own unique and terrifying monsters? While many people are familiar with global legends like vampires, werewolves, or dragons, the US has its own dark and twisted folklore, filled with strange and fearsome creatures. From the misty forests of the Pacific Northwest to the swamps of the Deep South, American monsters are rooted in Native American myths, colonial legends, and modern-day sightings. Today, we'll take a journey across the eerie landscapes of the US, exploring the terrifying stories of some of the most iconic and mysterious monsters that are said to roam this land. Jersey Devil, our first stop, is the dense and mysterious Pine Barrens of New Jersey, where a creature unlike any other is said to stalk the night, the Jersey Devil. This legend dates back to the early 1700s when a woman named Mother Leeds, pregnant with her 13th child, cursed the baby out of frustration. According to the story, when the child was born, it transformed into a hideous creature with bat-like wings, cloven hooves, a goat's head, and glowing red eyes. It screeched and flew up the chimney, disappearing into the dark woods, never to be seen as a human again. Over the centuries, the Jersey Devil has been spotted countless times. Its terrifying shrieks are said to echo through the Pine Barrens at night, sending chills down the spine of anyone who hears them. Eyewitnesses describe a creature that flies at incredible speeds, swooping down from the trees to terrorize anyone unlucky enough to cross its path. Some say it kills livestock, while others claim it has chased cars along deserted roads. Despite numerous searches, no one has ever captured the Jersey Devil, leaving it as one of America's most enduring and eerie mysteries. The legend of the Jersey Devil has become so ingrained in local culture that it has even inspired sports teams and festivals. But for the people who live near the Pine Barrens, the fear is all too real. Whether a curse or a cryptid, the Jersey Devil continues to haunt the dark forests of New Jersey, waiting for its next victim. Mothman next, we travel to the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, home to one of the most famous and mysterious cryptids in American history, the Mothman. First spotted in November 1966, the Mothman is described as a human-like figure standing over 6 feet tall, with enormous wings and glowing red eyes. Witnesses claim that the Mothman can fly at incredible speeds, and its presence is often linked to tragedy. The most famous incident involving the Mothman occurred in December 1967, just 1 year after the first sightings. The Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio suddenly collapsed, killing 46 people. Many believe the Mothman was a harbinger of this disaster, as numerous sightings of the creature were reported in the days leading up to the bridge's collapse. The Mothman was never seen again after that, fueling speculation that it either caused the tragedy or appeared as a warning of it. Since then, the Mothman has captured the imagination of people around the world, inspiring books, movies, and even an annual Mothman festival. Some believe it to be an extraterrestrial being, while others think it's a spirit or even an unknown species of bird. Whatever the truth may be, the Mothman remains an ominous and enigmatic figure in American folklore. To this day, people still report strange sightings of glowing red eyes in the night sky, leaving many to wonder if the Mothman will return again, perhaps just before another disaster strikes. The Snallygaster in the rural hills of Maryland and nearby regions. Another terrifying creature haunts the imagination of locals, the Snallygaster. This bizarre cryptid comes from the folklore of early German settlers who arrived in the area during the 18th century. Described as a dragon-like monster with massive wings, razor-sharp talons, and a metallic beak lined with teeth, the Snallygaster was said to swoop down from the sky to snatch livestock, and in some stories, even children. The legend of the Snallygaster likely stems from the fear and isolation experienced by these early settlers as they faced the unknown wilderness of America. Tales of the creature were passed down through generations, with each story adding more horrifying details to the myth. In the early 20th century, the Snallygaster legend experienced a revival when reports of strange bird-like creatures began appearing in local newspapers. Some believed that the creature was an ancient dinosaur that had somehow survived into modern times, while others thought it was a government experiment gone wrong. At one point, rumors spread that President Theodore Roosevelt was considering launching a hunting expedition to capture or kill the Snallygaster. Though the creature has never been proven to exist, the Snallygaster has become a beloved part of Maryland's folklore. Today, locals celebrate its legend with festivals and artwork, but the fear it once instilled in the hearts of settlers still lingers. Could the Snallygaster still be out there, hiding in the shadows, waiting for its next meal? Only time will tell. Rugaru, deep in the misty swamps of Louisiana, a shape-shifting monster lurks, the Rugaru. This Cajun werewolf, rooted in French folklore, is said to terrorize the bayous and remote villages of southern Louisiana. The Rugaru is a man or woman cursed to transform into a wolf-like beast, often as punishment for breaking religious rules, such as failing to observe Lent. With glowing red eyes, sharp fangs, and the ability to shift between human and beast, the Rugaru prowls the swamps at night, preying on the unsuspecting. Legends of the Rugaru are used to scare children into good behavior, warning them that if they don't follow the rules, they could be cursed and transformed into the creature. The curse can also be passed to others if a person is bitten or scratched by the Rugaru. In some versions of the legend, the creature must drink human blood, and once it has tasted it, the Rugaru is forever doomed to roam the swamps in search of more. The Rugaru is a perfect reflection of the cultural melting pot of Louisiana, blending French, Native American, and African influences into one terrifying myth. Even today, stories of the Rugaru continue to circulate in Cajun communities, and many claim to have seen the glowing eyes of the beast staring at them from the darkness of the swamp. Skunk Ape in the humid and steamy swamps of Florida's Everglades. Another cryptid is said to roam, the skunk ape. Similar in appearance to Bigfoot, the skunk ape is described as a large, hairy, bipedal creature, but with a particularly foul odor that gives it its name. Witnesses claim that the creature is over 7 feet tall, covered in dark hair, and is highly elusive, making its home in the dense, swampy wilderness of Florida. Sightings of the skunk ape have been reported for decades, with some people even claiming to have caught glimpses of the beast in blurry photographs or shaky videos. The skunk ape is said to be nocturnal and highly intelligent, avoiding human contact while hunting for food in the Everglades. Its terrible stench is believed to be the result of living in the damp, swampy environment, giving the creature an extra layer of menace. Unlike other American monsters, the skunk ape has gained attention from both cryptozoologists and local authorities, with Florida residents still reporting strange encounters to this day. While skeptics argue that the skunk ape is nothing more than a case of mistaken identity, possibly a bear or other large animal, the legend persists, drawing thrill seekers and monster hunters to the swamps in hopes of catching a glimpse of this elusive and smelly cryptid. Bell Witch. Finally, we travel to Adams, Tennessee, where one of America's most famous and documented hauntings took place, the legend of the Bell Witch. In the early 19th century, the Bell family began experiencing strange, unexplained phenomena on their farm. It started with knocking on walls, scratching sounds, and voices whispering in the night. But soon, the entity known as the Bell, which became more aggressive, moving objects, pulling the family's hair, and even slapping and pinching them. According to the story, the Bell, which was particularly hostile toward the family's patriarch, John Bell, and vowed to kill him. After years of torment, John Bell died under mysterious circumstances, with many believing that the bell which was responsible. The haunting became so famous that even Andrew Jackson, the future president, reportedly visited the Bell farm to witness the paranormal activity firsthand. The bell, which has since become a legend, inspiring books, movies, and ghost hunters from around the world. While some believe the haunting was real, others think it was a case of mass hysteria or an elaborate hoax. Regardless, the bell, which remains one of the most chilling stories in American paranormal history, and the farm where the events took place is still considered one of the most haunted places in the country. Bigfoot, our journey now takes us to the misty, dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, where the legendary Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, allegedly roams. This towering, ape-like creature is perhaps the most famous cryptid in American folklore. Sightings of Bigfoot date back centuries, with stories of large, hairy humanoids told by Native American tribes long before European settlers arrived. Bigfoot is typically described as being over 7 feet tall, covered in thick hair, and leaving behind enormous footprints, hence the name. One of the most famous pieces of evidence is the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, which allegedly shows a Bigfoot walking through a forest. While many dismiss it as a hoax, others argue that the film is genuine proof of the creature's existence. Despite countless sightings, photos, and footprints, no conclusive evidence of Bigfoot has ever been found. Cryptozoologists continue to search for this elusive giant, using modern technology like drones and motion sensor cameras to track it. Skeptics claim that Bigfoot is simply a product of overactive imaginations or misidentified animals. But for believers, the creature represents the untamed wilderness, an embodiment of the wild, mysterious, and undiscovered. Bigfoot's fame has spread far beyond the Pacific Northwest. Today, it's a cultural icon, appearing in TV shows, movies, and even advertisements. While some see Bigfoot as a fearsome predator, others view it as a shy, gentle giant that just wants to be left alone in the forest. Whether a cryptid, a legend, or something else entirely, Bigfoot remains one of America's greatest mysteries. Wendigo from the Pacific Northwest, we head to the cold, desolate forests of the northern US and Canada, where one of the most terrifying creatures in Native American mythology is said to dwell, the Wendigo. This creature comes from Algonquin legends, and it represents the darkest aspects of human nature, particularly greed and cannibalism. The Wendigo is described as a monstrous, emaciated figure with long limbs, gaunt features, and glowing eyes. It is said to have an insatiable hunger for human flesh, and its appearance is often tied to harsh winters and famine. According to legend, a person who resorts to cannibalism in times of desperation will be transformed into a Wendigo, cursed to roam the wilderness forever in search of more flesh to consume. The more it eats, the hungrier it becomes, driving it to madness and destruction. The Wendigo's eerie howl is said to echo through the forests at night, sending chills down the spine of anyone who hears it. It is a symbol of the dangers of greed and unchecked desire, as well as the fear of the wilderness itself, a vast, cold landscape where survival is never guaranteed. The Wendigo has inspired numerous horror stories, movies, and even video games, making it one of the most well-known monsters in North American folklore. Its presence in pop culture reflects not only its terrifying nature, but also the deep-rooted fear of the wilderness and the lengths people will go to survive. Whether a literal creature or a metaphor for humanity's darker impulses, the Wendigo remains one of the most haunting legends of the North. Thunderbird, our next stop, takes us to the vast open skies of the western U.S., where the powerful and awe-inspiring Thunderbird dominates Native American mythology. The Thunderbird is said to be a gigantic bird, capable of creating storms with the beat of its massive wings. According to legend, it can shoot lightning from its eyes and create thunder with its powerful wing flaps. For many Native American tribes, The Thunderbird is not only a fearsome creature, but also a protector and guardian of nature. It is seen as a symbol of strength and power, controlling the weather and keeping balance in the natural world. However, angering a Thunderbird or crossing into its territory could lead to destruction, as it could summon storms, floods, or other natural disasters. Sightings of the Thunderbird persist to this day, with some people claiming to have seen enormous bird-like creatures soaring above the mountains or deserts. These sightings often coincide with sudden changes in the weather, leading some to believe that the Thunderbird still watches over the land, controlling the forces of nature. The Thunderbird's influence extends beyond mythology, as it has inspired art, rituals, and even modern-day cryptozoology. Whether seen as a divine being or an undiscovered species, the Thunderbird represents the raw, untamed power of nature and the deep respect Native American cultures hold for the natural world. Beast of Bray Road next. We head to the rural roads of Wisconsin, where a terrifying werewolf-like creature known as the Beast of Bray Road has stalked the imagination of locals since the 1980s. Described as a large, bipedal creature with glowing eyes, sharp claws, and wolf-like features, the Beast of Bray Road has been spotted multiple times along the country roads near Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Eyewitnesses report that the creature is aggressive, often chasing cars or standing on two legs before retreating into the darkness of the woods. Some have even claimed to see the beast feasting on roadkill or livestock, further fueling the fear and mystery surrounding it. Unlike traditional werewolf legends, the Beast of Bray Road doesn't transform from human to wolf under a full moon. Instead, it appears to be a permanent creature that roams the countryside at night. Theories about the beast's origins range from cryptozoological explanations to paranormal theories. Some believe it's an undiscovered species of wolf or bear, while others think it could be a supernatural being, perhaps even a skinwalker from Native American lore. Despite numerous investigations, the true identity of the beast remains unknown. The Beast of Bray Road has become a modern-day legend in Wisconsin, inspiring documentaries, books, and even tours of the area where it has been sighted. While some dismiss the sightings as mistaken identity or hoaxes, the legend of the beast persists, and those who live near Bray Road still keep their eyes peeled when driving at night. Paji in the forests of the Northeast and Midwest, there exists a much smaller, yet no less dangerous creature from Native American folklore, the Paji. These tiny, mischievous beings are said to stand between 2 and 3 feet tall, with humanoid features and spiky hair. Despite their small size, Pakwajis are known to be tricksters and can cause serious harm to those who cross their path. According to Native American legends, Pakwajis can appear and disappear at will, use magic to confuse humans, and are capable of controlling the natural world around them. They are often associated with dangerous cliffs or thick forests, where they lure travelers to their doom. In some stories, Pakwajis are said to shoot poisoned arrows at their enemies or push people off cliffs, leading to their deaths. While some believe that Pakwajis are simply playful tricksters, others view them as malevolent creatures with a deep hatred for humans. They are often portrayed as vengeful spirits who have been wronged by humans in some way and are seeking revenge. In modern times, sightings of Pakwajis have been reported in areas like the Bridgewater Triangle in Massachusetts, a region known for paranormal activity. Whether a product of folklore or real encounters, Pakwajis remain a mysterious and dangerous part of American monster lore. Hodag finally, we end our journey in the deep woods of Wisconsin, where one of the most bizarre and humorous creatures in American folklore is said to live, the Hodag. Described as a fearsome beast with horns, fangs, and a body resembling that of a dinosaur, the Hodag was first reported in the late 19th century by a man named Eugene Shepard. According to Shepard, the Hodag was a vicious creature that terrorized the local lumberjacks, and he even staged its capture to prove its existence. While Shepherd's hodag was eventually revealed to be a hoax, the creature quickly became a beloved part of Wisconsin's folklore. Over the years, the legend of the hodag has grown, and it has become a symbol of the town of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Today, the town hosts an annual hodag festival, and visitors can see statues and memorabilia dedicated to the strange, horned creature. Despite its origins as a hoax, the hodag embodies the playful side of American folklore, where tall tales and local legends can become part of a region's identity. While it may not be as terrifying as some of the other monsters on this list, the hodag's lasting impact on Wisconsin culture proves that even a fake creature can become a beloved part of a community's heritage. Thanks for joining us on this journey through America's monsters. If you enjoyed learning about these creatures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your favorite monster or any legends from your region. And as always, stay curious and stay safe.